Long before the kingdoms of man, or elves, took to the sea, it is said that great creatures rose from the ocean. These creatures would emerge onto the lands, destroying everything in their sight. And it was so at one beach that the greatest of dragons, older and larger than today's even most venerable star dragons, fought together to repel these invaders. So terrible was the fighting, and so intense was the dragon's breath, that the land itself was scorched, leaving a cracked desert where a beach would normally be. As a result of the fighting, the bodies of the dragons, now exhausted and tired, would crash into the ground lifeless. And so this beach is now known as the Shattered Beach, and this is the location of our battle. Welcome to turn 3 of the Tiny Town campaign. This is a game that I fought against my buddy Kevin today, who is controlling the Chaos Dwarves, and I'm controlling Prince Belial and the High Elves. This game, I came in with a huge bonus from the spoils of last turn, being plus 100 for having the largest empire at the time, and then having plus 200 for a supporting banner nearby. So this normal 1500 game put me at 1800 points. In response, Kevin pumped the maximum amount of financial backing into his army, putting him at 1750 points. So going all out on this beach charge, I have Prince Belial, who is with his usual unit of 10 Dragon Knights. Prince Belial is a Coast Warden, so he can give bonuses to armor saves. I also took a second unit of Dragon Knights, again a double unit, so two strong units of 10, 20 Spearmen. I took 10 Swordmasters with 2 casters in them, 10 Phoenix Guard, and I also have the Archmage Merit Skyclimber. She's atop a Great Eagle in a squad of Great Eagles this time. And I also have a chariot with a bow on it. And for Kevin, he's coming in with that caster on the, I believe it's a Gorgon. It's some sort of fire-breathing, not quite a dragon, but pretty much a dragon creature. He also has another caster on foot, who is with a unit of spearmen, I believe. He's got 10 goblin archers. He has the super strong artillery. One is the big wagon thing, and the other one is the lesser cannon thing. Both are capable of indirect fire. He also has a 5-man unit of, there's some sort of like shooter guys. He has a unit of bull centaurs, and then he also has an ambush unit of wolf riders and his wolf rider hero. So similar armies to what we fielded last time, but now beefed up, and we feel like we know a little bit more about what we're doing. So I left the archers and the bolt thrower at home this game, and Kevin, I believe, he's just doubling up his units that he felt were more successful in the last game. We are playing a side battle, so basically that triangle style deployment. And the scenario is dual, so you can see that we rolled up 5 objectives, 3 of which are on Kevin's side over there, and I have 2 in front of me. So really exciting game. Yeah, I'm surprised that we're so close in points, and let's see how we do. So turn 1 wasn't terribly exciting. Basically got protection on I believe 3 of my different units, both of which the Dragon Cavalry unit on the left there, and the hero unit with Dragon Cavalry, they're going to move up that left flank there. That's really the strong side of my army, going up against the cannons, the goblins, and the hero unit up top. The Swordmasters are going to follow that 20 strong man unit of spearmen in, and on the side that's not in camera, the Eagles are going to kind of stay back, do a little bit of casting and shooting, as well as the archer chariot, which actually combined shooting manages to take down one of the dragon ogres, but other than that, not a whole lot happening. Turn 1, Kevin's still out of range with his like super mean spells, But turn 2, Kevin starts to hit me pretty hard. The artillery does fairly well going into the spearmen, and the spearmen also get volcanoed, I believe, later in the turn. I also have the Phoenix Guard moving up, and then he ambushes the Wolf Riders to go right at the chariot in the back there. Luckily, the chariot survives, and actually, with I believe some spell casting, we do a little bit of damage to those Wolf Riders with the eagles in the back. Meanwhile, the dragon units, they charge. The non-hero dragon unit charges his hero caster unit, does some damage there, and then the hero dragon unit charges into those goblins and just takes the goblins right off the board. So that happened, and then that Wolf Rider is going to sneak past me and steal my objective behind me, which was a super cheeky move by Kevin, but yeah, really cool move. So there's going to be a lot of fighting here. The Dragon Knights into that caster hero with the spearmen there. That's actually a pretty lopsided fight, mainly because I managed to get really good armor saves, and I start to hit that unit. They end up shaking, and I think we forgot to. No, I think they just passed their quality check. So that ends up being a little bit of a longer fight than I would have wanted. But I think the caster guy tries to unload his volcano into that unit, but I end up making a crazy amount of saves. I think I only lose 2 guys. So going to a 2-up save with that unit is super clutch against that like 12 hit cast that Kevin has. And yeah, you can see the goblins there. They're not going to be there very long. They basically just get vaporized by Belial's charge. So he just one-rounds them. But I still take a shelling from the artillery that's behind the wall there on the side. You can see here, this is the unit of spearmen moving up. They're going to take a shelling from the, again, pocket magma on that Gorgon caster plus that cannon. That cannon on that side was doing quite well. Ended up hitting all of its hits, so that's 9 hits into the spearman unit, and they're not going to be long for this world. But they managed to at least grab that objective early on in the game, but they're going to get picked on after that. The Dragon Ogres are still pursuing. I think we end up, eventually we take one of the Dragon Ogres down, but there's still 2 Dragon Ogres alive in that unit. Swordmasters are going to come up. They're going to be looking for sort of a supporting charge towards the middle of the field there with the Eagles in support. So, and then you can see the 2 Dragon Cavalry units, though. That charge was pretty gross. I'm actually surprised that Kevin's hero unit managed to live as long as it did. It did eventually get wiped out by that Dragon Cavalry unit. This is the Gorgon guy into that big unit of, I believe he goes into the Swordmasters later on. He wipes out the spearmen that are there first, and then he starts to chop his way into the Swordmasters. The Swordmasters do okay. Their casting is actually quite nice, keeping him honest with his dice rolls, and then also getting out another like hit on those the rifle guys up there. But it's just really annoying. Like, Kevin survives a couple of times with just one guy on the field, where I think I'm going to free up one of my units, but they get stuck there. So that doesn't happen. The Gorgon, meanwhile, just really tearing. The Gorgon did really well. It killed the Swordmaster unit, and I don't remember if it finished the Spearmen or if the artillery did. But I think Kevin's guy is probably like 1 XP away from leveling up. Further on into the game, I get a pretty cool activation by Merit Skyclimber, the mage, who finishes off the Wolf Riders who were pestering my chariot, and then they go into that Wolf Rider hero, and they take him down as well. So the Eagle unit doing really well, and it did take a shelling from Kevin's artillery, but I got super clutch on the saves. And then, just like the last game, Prince Belial's unit gets exploded by the artillery there behind the wall that I can't really do anything about. But I'm going to stay there with the prince and hold that point. He unfortunately cannot get a charge off on them. You can see the other unit of Dragon Knights about to charge into the rifle guys and take them out. They end up being the ones to secure the objective that I need in order to win the game. So this is the shot of the end of the game. Kevin controls that objective there where the Gorgon is at the bottom of the screen, and then on the far right of the screen, which you can't see because our units are fighting on top of it. He also controls that unit versus the Phoenix Guard, who were unable to finish off the Dragon Ogres, and I believe the Dragon Ogres have a higher unit strength, so they are still in control of that. Meanwhile, I control the bottom left there with my Eagles. Prince Belial controls the top left there, and then the other unit of Dragon Knights secure that final one there, top center. So with that, we have a minor high elf victory. So did pretty well. Both of the high elf characters gained some skills. They weren't that useful based on who got what, but they're useful skills nonetheless, and I'm just excited that they were able to get something from this battle. So with that, let's go ahead and have a look at the turn 4 map. Lots of developments over the course of the turn, and let's break it down. So starting with the High Elf Kingdom, as you can see there, I was able to take that map tile there from the Chaos Dwarves, and I spent the next turn fortifying it, and that's that black little castle there that you see behind my banner. In a similar fashion, Kevin also fortified the tile that he retreated to. So I've got some interesting things going on. Not much activity to report on the northern border with Chaos, but you can see there's a lot of fortifications on the Chaos side, so we're going to have to watch that. And then I actually have enough money to raise a fleet going into turn 5, which is going to change a lot of things. My kingdom is not that large at 9 tiles, but we're doing okay. We're making money, and we're going to be one of the first kingdoms out to sea. Moving over here to Chaos, we see that they have done a great job really fortifying their position. Only 8 tiles for their kingdom, so it's a small kingdom, but now you can see it's very easily defensible. There are 3 fortifications there, 3 banners guarding both the bridge there across the river within striking distance of my empire, and then you can see just directly across from them are the lizard kingdoms in the green there. So speaking of which, I have to zoom all the way out just to show the Lizardman Kingdom. They have gone 4 turns completely unabated, and you can see they have by far the largest empire spanning 12 tiles. So they actually have 4 banners now. Very dangerous. They have a lot of really important tiles there in the southeast. They are fortified and right next to Chaos there in the north. And it looks like they can just continue to move unabated to the east there. And for example, I have no means of actually making any contact with the lizards, but the Chaos Dwarves face them on their west coast. Meanwhile, the Chaos Dwarves sitting there in the southeast with a kingdom 9 tiles large, recently suffering the defeat by the High Elves, but still in relatively decent shape, not really being threatened currently by the Lizardmen, and there's too much of a stalemate going on between the Lizardmen and Chaos to be really worried about their northwest territory. So really just dealing with the High Elves and the imminence of the final kingdom, which is the Empire. And finally, we have the Kingdom of the Empire in the south east corner there in the island in purple. They've had 4 turns completely untouched to expand and grow. You see good fortification on that island, very well protected, but now ready to launch its attack on the mainland and possibly explore that north island, collect the resources from there. So sitting pretty as well for the Empire. So yeah, that is going to do it for turns 3 and 4 of our Tiny Town campaign. Let me know in the comments what you think of the campaign so far. Are you enjoying the coverage? What do you think I should do as the High Elf Empire? Should I focus on trying to beat the Empire there to that North Island, or should I continue to pummel the Dwarves and maybe impose my will on Chaos in the North? Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.